Happy quarantine, everybody. This is Wednesday, and I'm going to give you some more of my kitchen favorites. So you're actually in my kitchen during quarantine day. I have a great camera person, my daughter Samantha back there. So what I'm going to show you is some of the things that I use on a daily basis in the kitchen to not gain 30 pounds during what we're going through right now, like I know a lot of people are worried about. But I also just want to remind you of a couple things. So as far as the office, as of right now, we are closed until, I believe, April 13th. We are working on some other avenues possibly to be open sooner, and we will let you know that if you just keep checking back here. But also just about the virus and what's going on. So one thing that we do know about this COVID virus, it's a very contagious but very low virulence, which means it's not killing everybody who gets it. There's been other things like SARS and MERS that killed a lot more percentage-wise. So it is very contagious, but most people, healthy people, don't have to worry about it if they do get it. They're saying it's typically like a bad cold if you do get it, unless you have these other problems. Now, that's where we do need to be very concerned as a country, is because we have a lot of those other comorbidities, which means we have a lot of obesity, which makes the outcome of you getting the virus much worse. We have a lot of high blood pressure, which makes the outcome worse. We have a lot of people with heart disease and lung disease. But the thing is, most of these are lifestyle related. Okay, so the way I'm looking at this is we can earn our health through this whole challenge and come out healthier on the other side and protect yourself against COVID. So a couple of things that we're going to be doing is talking about how to boost your immune system. If you haven't checked out the Axiom MLMO page for the webinar on the immune system, you could definitely do that. But I'm also going to be talking about how you can eat and boost your immune system. I'm also going to be doing some telehealth. So even though I'm not in the office, we're going to have some online consultations and phone consultations. And I'm working on testing right now because it's very important that we make sure everyone's immune system is functioning at 100%. So I'll be rolling that out and talking about things that we can do as well. So just a couple of things that I think we need to do right now. And I think the biggest takeaway is let's get healthy through this whole thing. And not only for COVID, but for the bigger problems that I see in the future, which are heart disease and cancer and diabetes that are killing people at a massive rate. So let's make the best out of this thing. And now is the time to have a little grace with the people around you, to be human. And so one thing I'm asking you to do is share the information that you learned here, because we can really start, and now that we have people's attention on their health, we can start building this tidal wave to where people really start to take their health much more seriously, because it's a matter of life and death, as they're seeing on the news every single day, which is what I've been talking about for 20 years. So that's why we're doing this challenge. So what I want to do today, we're going to start with a couple of things that I use every day that I want to make sure I get to you. I've always been trying to figure out how can I take what's in my head and get it into your head, because it just gets a whole lot easier and things become a whole lot more clear. So the first one I'm going to give you is LaCroix. Okay, so if you're tired of just drinking water and you don't want to drink Coke, I use LaCroix all the time. This is peach pear. So what I do is you can drink it without any sweetener if you want to. I'm drinking out of my Yeti cooler cup. So literally just pour that in, and then I use stevia. Okay, so the stevia drops. I recommend the drops because it's much easier to mix. You could also use like monk fruit sweetener if you want to. I know that comes in drops, and usually I'll do like 5 drops, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do 6, and that gives me my sweet carbonated drink with 0 calories and 0 sugar. You can also use different types of flavoring. This one's orange. They have coconut. They have vanilla. Samantha and I were making some breakfast bars the other day, and we used the vanilla stevia rather than just vanilla and the sugar that they called for in the recipes. That's another thing I will be doing in one of the future videos, is some converted cooking. So show you how to take the recipes that you like and convert it into something even healthier. So cheers for the LaCroix. Snacks. A lot of questions and emails and texts like, what are you eating during this time? I don't want to keep going out and picking up food all the time. I'm kind of getting tired of the snacks. So our go-to snacks, a couple of them are going to be Nut Thins and then hummus. Okay. Now the brand that I use for the hummus is this Falafel King brand. So if you can see that. And the reason I use this is because hummus, the type of fat or oil that's in hummus is important. It should be olive oil. It should not be canola oil, which is a rancid fat that causes inflammation, weakens your immune system. So this one has really simple. If you read the ingredients on the back, it's garbanzo beans, tahini, lemon, and extra virgin olive oil. Okay, so this is the one that I recommend. There's others that have that, but most of them have some type of rancid, junky oil like canola oil. So make sure You can pick this up, and I know we get this at King Soopers, I believe. We use Nut Thins to dip it in or dip it with, or Mary's Gone crackers. The great thing about the Nut Thins is they're gluten-free. It's made from almond flour, and then the Mary's Gone crackers are even better. They're made with, I'll just read you the ingredients. So whole grain brown rice, whole grain quinoa, brown flax seeds, brown sesame seeds, filtered water, and sea salt. Right? So these are great at reducing inflammation. They don't cause an insulin spike. They help you lose weight because you're not getting near as many calories as like a Ritz cracker or something that has all the bad fats and all the other junk. So great options for you there. Another question I got recently was about bread, like making sandwiches. We do that a lot. This is the one that I love. This is the, I believe it's Seven Hills. I call it bicycle bread because it's got a bicycle on the front. Yeah, so this is Silver Hills sprouted grain bread. I know I got this at Sprouts. It's in the bread section over there. What I like about this is it's sprouted grain. So if you've heard me talk about this before, sprouted grain is much better for your body. It doesn't have the same gluten impact, and it also doesn't cause inflammation in the gut because sprouted grain gets rid of something called phytic acid. So it's much less inflammatory. Pretty much everything I'm giving you right now is to reduce inflammation in the body. If we reduce inflammation in the body, look at what happens. Obesity levels go down, heart disease rates go down, cancer rates go down, diabetes levels go down. All of those things that's making us worry about this as a country right now can be changed by what we eat. So this is one of my favorite ones. You can also use Ezekiel bread, which is great. Some easy ones there. Breakfast, another question I got. So what do you do with breakfast? Lately I've been I love these paleo waffles from Birch Benders. I just can't seem to find them right now. I think that might be because of the whole virus thing. They just got bought up. So they have a paleo version. But Vans also makes one. I got this at Sprouts. This is ancient grain. Okay, so it's made with whole grain brown rice, millet, buckwheat, sorghum, and amaranth and quinoa. So gluten-free, very low in sugar. So I do this, and then I do peanut butter. I usually put peanut butter on there, some bananas, and then the syrup I use, which is fantastic. This is Lakanto maple flavored syrup. This is sugar-free and keto. So Lakanto, this is something I know you can get at natural grocers. You can get online at Amazon and Whole Foods as well. But the great thing is it has no sugar. It's sweetened with monk fruit, which is one of the sweeteners I recommend. So no sugar, no calories, and you're getting a great, pretty easy breakfast without having to think too much about it. So there's my breakfast. Spaghetti and meatballs, one of our favorites, or like chicken parm. And we've been doing a lot of pasta for dinner. And this is one cool thing that we've done as a family is we've made a lot of meals as a family. So the kids have helped come up with their own stuff. They actually made dinner for my wife and I the other night, and it was fantastic. Just found one of the recipe books that we use. So if you go back to day one of the challenge on this YouTube page, you could check out all the sites where I'm finding these recipes that I use. It's called My Favorite Recipe Sites, and it's day one of the challenge. But what we use as far as pasta, we've been using this one lately. It's organic edamame spaghetti. Okay, it's only got 7 grams of carbohydrates, so much lower in carbohydrates and much higher in protein. It's got 24 grams of protein, but only 7 grams of carbohydrates. So if you eat normal pasta, you're going to have a lot of carbohydrates, very little protein, which means it's going to cause this big insulin spike. It's going to cause you to gain weight. It's going to cause inflammation. Plus, it's white flour, which is typically not good for you anyway. And this is made with edamame or soybeans. And people always ask about soy. Isn't soy bad for you? Processed soy is what is bad for you, and that's like what's in processed soy milk or soy protein isolate. But this stuff's great. They also make it with black beans. And then last but not least, for my people with a sweet tooth, Lily's chocolate. So we've made chocolate chip cookies. We made banana bread the other day, which is great. I'll have to try to find that recipe for you. But we made banana bread with bananas. We put chocolate chips in there. We used almond flour, a couple of eggs, a couple other things in there, but it's pretty simple. Oh, and we sweetened it with monk fruit. So great banana bread that doesn't have the inflammatory stuff. And we use Lily's dark chocolate baking chips, and these are sweetened with stevia. So all of Lily's chocolate products are sweetened with stevia. So you can get chocolate bars, you can get chocolate chips, you can get dark chocolate, you can get all kinds of different things. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an insight into what we're doing here and what we do on a regular, everyday basis. So if you have any questions or want to hear more about what we do or what we have in the house or what we have in the pantry or in the freezer, comment below, and please share this with people that you know. There's so many people looking for health right now and looking for an answer, and you have that answer. So please share this with anybody you know. Love to have comments. We're going to do converted cooking. If you're wondering about non-toxic products around the house, Dr. Ashley did a great video on the same YouTube page, Axiom MLMO. If you're watching this on Facebook, you can check out if you just go to YouTube and you Google, or you just search Axiom MLMO, that playlist will get populated with all of these videos that we've done. She did a great one on non-toxic products and how to navigate the use of non-toxic products at home. Found a great website for it. So check into that. Like the video, share them. Can't wait to talk to you guys next time.